Hello everyone, my name is Jacqueline Montanez, and for this week's project, I chose the topic of altruism. The reason why I chose this topic is because it aligns with the degree I'm trying to pursue. I'm trying to pursue a degree in social work. I believe that as a social worker, your whole purpose in your job is to provide resources and help the people in need who are struggling with social issues. I believe that as a social worker, it's in a line of job that it's a very selfless job, and this is where altruism and altruistic acts fall in place and combine with this line of work. So what altruism is a selfless act or a concern for the welfare of others, a person who helps other people, and sometimes that can come with the cost at risk to themselves. While I do think that I may possess that feel-good factor, I also believe that I possess the other factor, which is a deep desire to help people. So that brings my point to, is altruism truly a selfless act? There is a debate going on, and from one viewpoint, it suggests that empathy drives the factor of helping people, which ultimately would be the selfless act. On the opposite hand, it would be egoism that would be the driving factor. So that would be where people refer to it as the, in quotation, the feel-good factor. Although some people may believe that it's not truly selfless, there is some type of degree of self-interest, I believe that that feel-good factor might be a motivator to do that kind of kindness. My apologies. That kind act of kindness. While I was doing my assignment, it sparked a conversation between my coworker and myself, whether altruism is truly a selfless act. And we started talking about a situation where you're driving down the road and you encounter a homeless person as you're at a stoplight. So there's two ways you go about this. Either you pass them by or you offer to help them in many different ways, such as give them money, offer them a meal, a blanket, or a sweater, depending on the weather. She said that she would offer the person these things as an act of kindness, and it would just come straight from her heart. And then I proceeded to ask her if she believed that it was which side of the altruism she would be, if it was just out of kindness or if she was expecting some type of reward. She said that it was just out of kindness, and then I proceeded to ask her how did she feel after she gave this homeless person either food or money or the clothing, and she said that she felt like she had done a good deed and that she felt good about it. So then I told her that is where it comes, that even though you're not thinking about it, it's subconsciously you do these things to feel good about yourself to some degree. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, but as the conversation kept going, I learned that from writing this assignment and my conversation with her, that people see altruism and altruistic acts in two separate ways, either as a good deed or they expect some type of reward, even if it's the smallest, like, oh, I'm a good human and I did something good today. That's what I learned from writing this paper. Now I'm going to be reading one of my paragraphs from the paper. Just give me one moment. The question of whether altruism is truly a selfless act is a long-standing debate among psychologists and philosophers. One viewpoint, as I spoke earlier, the empathy altruism hypothesis, suggests that genuine empathy for someone in distress can motivate pure, selfless helping behavior. The opposing view, psychological egoism, assumes that all human actions, including those that appear altruistic, are ultimately motivated by self-interest. This self-interest can manifest as a desire to feel good about oneself, receive social approval, or avoid feelings of guilt. For instance, a person might donate it to charity because the act of giving activates reward signals in their brain, or because it makes them feel like a kind person. For altruistic, the full capability of processing and integration of sensory and acquired information in the reading of feel good of emotions and taking positive actions mitigates the altruistic own distress and activates the reward system. Thank you for listening to my video. I hope you all have a great day.